2. Hi guys, how are you? Hope you're well. This is Beth from EPWS. Now today we are going to be talking on chapter 2 of Before You Quit a Job. And the topic is a successful business is created before there's a business. And we're going to be looking at one, the business mind of the employer, and we are also going to get to understand on how the business systems are created. That's basically what we'll be studying in this book. And the first thing that I'll want us to discuss on is the difference between an employee and an entrepreneur. The thing that makes them different, it's just their mindset. And that is, an employer goes to school. An employee goes to school to get good grades so that they can get a good job with the good benefits. That means they get the financial security, while an entrepreneur learns to build business from their own and hire good people. So that means these people they'll build it themselves, while the employee will wait for the business to be built so that they may gain the financial securities. Another thing is that an employee looks for a job after the business is built. Just basically that's what I've said. While an entrepreneur begins before while an entrepreneur's work begin before there is a business. Trust you me, an entrepreneur does a lot of work. Oh my God. Before that business is created, before you see that luxurious building or something, there's a lot of work that are behind the scenes. Maybe, Mr. Bruce, can you give us your suggestion? Do you think there's a difference between an employee and an entrepreneur? Mr. Bruce? Ni kama hapatikani? Yes, anyone else maybe akona suggestion, maybe someone maybe akona suggestion on how whether there's a difference between how an employee and an entrepreneur functions or things. Okay, naona watu wamenyamaza. Yes, naona Mr. Bruce amefungua mic.
Difference between an entrepreneur and an employee, the difference in their mindset. An employee has a poor man's mindset in the sense that they seek for security, they seek for financial security. But an entrepreneur, on the other hand, they seek financial freedom, meaning they're interested in building systems that would make money for them instead of wanting to get a steady paycheck to pay their bills. So they're more interested in a vision that at the end of the day will make them not care a lot about whether they are secure or not, but free financially.
Okay, yes, that's very true. And another thing, haijakuwa stated in that book, but it's very essential for an entrepreneur. Their aim, even it's not, yes, it's to gain financial freedom, but for big business owners, the main aim of a business is usually to serve. The day that people watakuja wajue kuwa serving is the key to all success, hapo ndio venye watu wataanza reap the benefits, because when you serve, money itakufuata. Then another thing that will like us to discuss on is, why do you think 99% of businesses fail within their 10 years. Maybe we can just share before I share my views. Mr. Bruce, Florida, Assis, maybe you can share a few of your reasons mbona you think 99% of businesses fail within 10 years.
Now, from a management perspective, we can talk of most businesses do lack what I usually call financial discipline framework. They operate businesses in such a way that they don't do a lot of documentation. They do a lot of trial and error when it comes to managing the cash flow. So at the end of the day, you're operating a business system like a kiosk. To chances of that business being successful in the long term is not there. So at the end of the day, because of this lack of financial discipline, you end up making a lot of mistakes and a lot of errors, and that kills your cash flow. And the moment the cash flow is no longer there, the business will not operate because you don't have the money or the financial resources to run your business. Apart from that, you find that most businesses are usually run by people who lack the essential business skills to do so. To them, business is all about buying goods and selling them at a profit. They don't consider other factors that are usually involved in running up a successful business, like something like excellent feedback system or maybe an excellent customer care service. Like to them, business is all about buying and selling at a profit. So there's a lot of things that makes businesses not survive for long, apart from financial discipline and what I've just talked about. I can say that one of the other reasons that make the whole thing difficult to survive for a long time, it's illiteracy or semi-illiteracy. Sometimes you find that people run businesses, but they don't have the required knowledge and skills to do so. So they just run it because they see maybe their friend doing the same thing. I think those could be some of the reasons why businesses don't survive for long, don't have the resilience in them.
Wow. From a managerial perspective, yeah, that's ukitaka mtu mwenye atakupea financial advice, Bruce is the guy. Now, for me, these are the main things. For me, I think they are why most businesses fail within their 10 years. One, people haven't learned the business, let me say they haven't been trained to be entrepreneurs. Since ukisikiza hata our current system, our education system teaches us to be employees. So time unataka kuwa an entrepreneur, you are going against your system enye umekuwa in it since you are young. Umefunzwa how to be a finance ama an accountant. Umefunzwa uweze kutumikia watu wengine, but hujafunzwa how you can actually use the skills in finance and accounting to better your business, or how can you start your maybe a finance company. You haven't been taught such kind of things. So for me, I will say one, it's the wrong system, the wrong educational system. Not really wrong, since pia tunahitaji the same system for our employees, but let me say it's the wrong system for entrepreneurs. Another thing is that skills. When one wants to come from being an employee to an entrepreneur, there are different kind of things that you need to learn, and there are different kind of materials that you need to read. For example, if you are kama umeishi kuwa an employee, wewe kuwa na degree yako or your masters or your PhD, that's enough. But when you come to the real world of entrepreneurship, learning is a daily habit. Let me say, ni kama entertainment. Watch a movie which you'll get to learn about business. When you are listening to a podcast, music, like let everything equate targeted on how am I going to improve my business. That's one thing, and I think so many people wanna miss. Another thing, entrepreneurs read books. Oh my god, entrepreneurs read books because there's this famous proverb, so which it says, a fool learns from their own experience, but a wise person learns from the experience of others. And where do you get this experience from others? One, by watching the discoveries. I mean, what movies zenye ni discoveries. Not discoveries. I mean documentary movies. Then we have reading books. Kwa books unaweza soma how to improve your business and all this. Unaweza soma biographies of these great people. Oh my god, it helps because they do release like what they've been learning throughout their life wanaiweka in a book. So the kind of skills that an entrepreneur needs to gain, it's so different from an employee. Ndio maana utapata tuseme kama Ford ama niseme kama Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs didn't know how to even create a machine himself. For him, alikuwa na come up with a crazy idea, anaenda anapea watu pressure on how to do it, then anasimama on stage, time ana release the product. It's so weird. Please, mwendeni mtafute documentary film ya Steve Jobs. You'll be shocked on how the business world works. It's amazing. Another thing is that many entrepreneurs fail to build a business. That means most people wenye wanadhani they are being entrepreneurs, what they are doing, they're just creating unemployment for them. Hii kitu yenye watu wanasema I'm self-employed. Why? So many people wanataka kuwa their own boss. Okay, if you're your own boss, that means you're bossing yourself. That means you're an employee to yourself. Hiyo haimaanishi kuwa nao sasa you're a business owner. Tuacheni kujidanganya. Ukitaka kuwa business owner, you'll have to create a business within your products. You'll have to create a business system. That means you'll be serving 1, your customers. 2, you'll be serving your employees. 3, you'll be serving your investors. So that means hapo hakuna ati utakuja useme now I'm self-employed ama ati I'm my own boss. Hiyo kitu ya kuwa your own boss. Can you tu unasema you want to create an employment for yourself, but you don't want to be a business person. Another thing is that so many entrepreneurs work for long hours without being paid. What does that mean? Unafanya kazi, then you want the business ikipata profits ndio utaanza kurip. That means hata hii profit yenye the business yenye inafaa kurip, hauta reinvest. You won't focus on expanding. You'll be focusing on how venye itaingia kwa mfuko yako. So nini what will happen to your business? Itaanza ni kama utakuwa unaona venye kama Masai venye huwa wanadunga ng'ombe kuki then wanatoa damu. That's exactly what you'll be doing to your business. But an entrepreneur mwenye ame go through the school of entrepreneurship, they know very well that ukihesabu employees in your company, please jihesabu pia wewe. Ndio maana utapata watu wanasemanga founder and CEO. Why? You are the founder. Yes, that means you will reap, you'll gain the dividends from the company. And apart from that, kama ndio mwenye unasaidia kumanage, that means you are the CEO. Enye si lazima, sometimes even unaweza enda utafute mtu akuwe CEO in your business. But the fact you are a CEO, apart from the dividends which you'll be gaining from your company, you also need to be paying yourself. That means if you're the CEO of that company, every month lazima pia mwenyewe kuwe na payroll. Amazing. Watu hawajuangi hiyo. Ndio time utakuwa unahesabu like now the profits, utakuwa ushashughulikia watoto wako, ushalipa rent, ushafanya nini. So hata kama pressure yenye unajipea mwenyewe ama pressure yenye unapea your employees, itakuwa pressure si ndio ikuje kwa mfuko yako, but hiyo profits iweze kucirculate within the business. Ndio hata ukitaka kwenda kuleta investors ama unataka kwenda if you want to go and seek for loans, you can actually you can actually prove to them that they will gain the profits, that this business of yours will be of reward to them, kwa sababu wanaona hii nini business si ya mfuko ya nani, but ni ya business by the fact kwa pia wewe mwenyewe unajilipa na unajishughulikia pia. Another thing is that many entrepreneurs start without having enough one. Kwangu sitasema okay. Kwangu sitasema it's a big deal, since you can always gain the experience and the capital along the way. But kuna way venye pia mwenye unafaa kucalculate, like how huge is the risk. Every business is a risk. Now, I don't believe that you need to have experience so that you may start a business. Kwangu no, that one kwangu ni uongo. Kwa sababu most successful entrepreneurs, and what after, most of them started wakiwa with no experience. But what they had was, one, a good product, two, a good service. That means, and another one, walikuwa na great vision. That's the main thing. Kama tu venye Bible inasema, if you don't have a vision, you're as good as dead. So, yeah, get to have a good vision. Hiyo tu ndio hiyo ingine ni. So many entrepreneurs don't have a great product or service. Most of them don't, because utapata tu mtu, they were focused on themselves. That means they were just greedy. Wanaenda wanauzia mtu something, enye hiyo kitu yenyewe hata hao wenyewe hawezi tumia. Wanaenda wana provide a certain service enye hao wenyewe hata hao wenyewe hawezi recommend to their family ama wao wenyewe kuitumia. So it's something that we really need to look at. If you're an entrepreneur, be the first person who will consume your product or your service. Ukiona we mwenyewe umetosheka, now you can now go and you can now go and serve them, or you can now go and sell to the other people. Hapo sasa ndo utajua now you are okay. But also many entrepreneurs don't do this because they are greedy. Mwiona kama watu wenye wanasemanga wanauzianga watu drugs, then they wanna gain the profits. Then yet it's hiyo yenyewe kinya unaenda kuuzia watoto wenyewe hawezi taka watoto wao wanunue. Food for thought. Food for thought. And I'd like us to proceed, but let me state this quote. It was like an analogy about a business. In inasema, starting a business is like jumping out of an aeroplane without a parachute. In mid-air, the entrepreneur begins building a parachute and hopes it opens before hitting the ground. If the entrepreneur hits the ground before building a parachute, it's very tough but possible climbing back to the plane and try again. What does that mean? An entrepreneur how tunaambiwa, but then I'm sorry kwa kuchelewa. The reason nimesema tulete from 7:30 to 8:30 ni we are having sessions ya entrepreneurs na ndo tunafunza kidogo. I'm sorry for that, hata ya kuchange how we'll be doing our meetings. Now, the reason bona entrepreneurs what tunaambiwa you cannot go back ni kwa sababu ni kama umeingia, venye wamesema hapa ni a parachute, an aeroplane. Kwetu sio tunaambiwa unaingia kwa maji. Naona venye umeingia kwa maji kwa ocean, it's either you float or you sink. The same happens to an entrepreneur. Whether kumekuwa kubaya ama kumekuwa kuzuri, you must wake up and do it. No excuse. Ndio maana ukiona so many these great entrepreneurs, by the way, I really respect them. Utaona mkasirisha, but kenye amepitia kwanza ndio a business ianze kuscale. Oh my God, ameona every kind of thing. Please, and then watch this movie ya Microsoft, how Facebook came to be. Utaona venye Mark Zuckerberg mwenye baka alipelekwa kotini akiomba sijui ame go against cyber cyber security, sijui ameibia idea nani, sijui nini, aligo through so many things baka his best friend baka kamruka, and it was a painful moment. But look at what Facebook is doing as of now. Look at how Facebook has been of importance. The same thing inatufunza pia sisi as entrepreneurs. The idea that you have, one, it will be fought, and so many people will object it, but you don't have any option. It's either you float or you sink. It's either your name be known or you'll forever be ashamed to your world. Nimesema to your world, because so many people focus on the other people and the applauses of other people, and they forget about themselves. Yes. Another now nimemaliza hiyo, that was like a story. Now I'll like us to discuss on the kind of things that we are supposed to be focusing on, or the little things that we are supposed to be focusing on as entrepreneurs. What do you think these little things are, Mr. Bruce?